You sneaky. You're running as an outsider.
I am an outsider.
Is this true? Yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
Come on! Come on! Really?
Do you smoke crack cocaine?
Exactly.
Let's give the people what they came for.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Mr. Prime Minister, will there always be a Canada?
There will always be a Canada.
All right, elbows out.
Elbows up.
It's like people only do things because they get paid. And that's just really sad.
Ready? Are you ready? Get them out of here! Get them out of here! Get the hell out of here!
Enough with the woke shit.
So the answer to that is to stop being stupid.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Get your special sock out, nerds. It's gonna get good.
Is the federal government stealing from us? Are they sabotaging our industry? Are they taking us down the path to communism? Are they censoring us? Are they stealing our guns from us? Come on, let's go.
Let's fucking go.
Knockout!
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? As my good friend the Joker says, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are tonight's entertainment. Yay! Joining me as always, the beautiful Mrs. Fringe. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
Fantastic. We got a lot to talk about tonight, guys. We got a lot going on. A lot of things going on. A lot of people in the chat already. It's lovely to see. Almost 400 people in the chat.
I love it.
I love seeing it. You guys are wonderful. If you weren't thinking about coming to the stream, I got some bad news for you.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Oh, okay. The stream. Welcome everybody in here. Let's go. Let's get things moving. Let's get a good old-fashioned roll call going on. First off, look at that Jancor right out of the gates. I love the online Fringe family.
It is the best.
Mm-hmm. Welcome into the Fringe. It's good to have you here. Let's get this roll call going on. Let's try and get as many people as we can tonight. Before Miss Fringe gives me a smack, we got Miss Titan coming in from Nashville, Tennessee. Nelson coming in from New Brunswick. Ghost coming in from the Fent capital of Canada. Well, they can't all be winners, but that's okay. Sterling, Alberta, joining us, Lady Death River. How are you guys doing? Thanks for joining us. Chris coming in from Edmonton. Sean's coming in from Spruce. Blue Northern's in on the stream. White Nikos hit that petition and bicycle yesterday. Good to hear.
That is awesome.
Thank you for signing up for independence. Mystical coming up from Ohio. Welcome in. We got Mark coming in from Grand Prairie. NMAF Patriot coming from New Mexico. Welcome in. I think that's New Mexico Patriot. I think coming in. Welcome in. Delphine coming in from Fort Mac. Lynn coming in from Calgary. Welcome in. We've got James. My APP hat got a lot of inquiries. I just came back from Australia. Glad to hear it. Awesome. Welcome into the stream. Jancor's joining us from Ottawa, of course. Mystical, pole dancing on my roof. Please dress appropriately. Brock's been putting people in bikinis all week. We don't need that on the roof as well. Mike coming in from Empire, Ontario. Welcome in. We've got Rodney coming in from Newfoundland as well. We've got Michelle Crazy coming in from the city of brotherly love. It's good to have you in here. Welcome in. We've got Charles joining us from Montana. Welcome in. David Brewer coming in from Springfield, Missouri. We've got JD coming in from Westlock County. Good to have you here. Kurt Van Patten on Derek's couch drinking all the chocolate milk. Yeah, joke's on you. I peed in that jug. Welcome in. Mike coming in from Beaver County. Welcome in. By the way, give Mike a big round of applause. He's really killing it with his stream.
Oh, he is.
I'm excited to see what he's got for us on Monday. A lot of people saying on Monday, Hey, Fringe, where are you? Where's Mrs. Fringe? We need the Fringe in here. I wanted to have another voice on the channel. Somebody else
He
to
is a
speak for us.
great voice for the channel.
He's doing a great job. I
Love
can't wait
it.
to see what he's got lined up for Monday. Shout out to Mike. Wild coming in from Edmonton. Welcome in. We got Carol and Gerald joining us from Calgary. Monica coming in from Nova Scotia. Alberta first in from Airdrie. Holy crap, I'm going quickly tonight. Mr. New Vegas coming in.
Toronto.
There's a first movement, Toronto, January 10th, Nathan Phillips Square.
Nice.
Thank you for letting us know. Michael's coming in from Victoria. We've got Greg coming in from Provost, Alberta. We've got Infinity coming in from Fort Mac. Welcome in all of our oil workers from there. We got Thomas coming in from California. Hey, can't wait to hit California in March. Kids are excited. Rex coming in from Hogg County, Arkansas. There's a little
It's
joke.
always going to be Arkansas.
It's always going to be
isn't
Arkansas.
it?
No, he's coming in from Arkansas.
One mistake.
Barry coming in from South Carolina in the good old US&A. We've got Alex coming in from Rimbey, Alberta. Marika joining us from Montreal once again. We've got Free West coming in from Chestermere, Alberta. Mike, who's not a troll, by the way, coming in from Calgary. We got Tony Shaw. Calgary, January 26th. Let's
Oh,
go.
it is going to be so awesome. I can't wait to see the stream. I'll be in the chat for sure.
Carson's still gloating. He doesn't have any snow down in Porno Viagra. Well, that's okay. It's Mexico. I hear Trump's paying you a visit soon, so enjoy that one. You don't need snow, but you might get some ice. There's a little joke for you. Let's get caught up with the chat, guys. We got to thank you to everybody who chimed in on the roll call. White LTR with the $20 super chat. Sounds like feds might have a spring election. Do you think this will have any effect on our referendum?
Yes, it would.
Especially if Pierre and the Conservatives win. I don't think they're going to have an election. I know the rumors are circulating, but I've spoken to people on Parliament Hill, people that I keep in touch with. They've told me that they've heard the rumors, but nothing that they can verify is
I
concrete.
hope not. That would not be good for the referendum.
Mark Carney's too scared to hold an election, to be honest, because I think his Liberals are slipping a little bit. They're losing their grip on Canada, and
that's why he's paying all the Conservatives to go over.
I don't think now's the time for an election. Raptor Guy, $2 super chat. Do not come because I got a fever. Everybody's got a fever on Friday.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
How? More cowbell. Guys, you're wonderful.
I so don't miss that.
You're hanging around here in the stream. You're crazy. Always happy to see you guys in here. I hope you guys, Sylvester say, I have some ice in my margarita. There you go.
Love it.
We're going to talk a little bit about ice. We got a little bit to talk about that, but we're also going to talk about the future of Canada.
Yep.
We're going to talk about how Mark Carney's ignoring the hell out of everybody and how well his goose is cooked because Alberta's leaving. I don't know if you guys heard that. I don't know if you guys heard anything about Alberta. We're going. Look at David Brewer's yelling at me to bring on the memes. Like, nobody cares about what I have to say on Friday, do they?
That's really why we're here on
Hey,
Friday.
Fringe, could you shut up and show the memes? Just bring on the memes. Well, let's get them going on. The new Ukrainian edition of the ShamWow is out. Watch how easily it absorbs your money.
Oh, I like that.
What is it this guy used to say? You're going to love my nuts? That's about as good as it gets. I like this one. Trump, please don't drink the toilet water. Liberals, literally. Literally drink the toilet water. This is what happens when you say don't do anything. They should say,
no.
Hey, liberals, please vote for Mark Carney. I love Mark Carney. Please vote for him to be prime minister. I love working with Mark Carney.
I think that's what he was trying before, but it didn't work in his favor.
It did not work in his favor because Mark Carney's like, shut up, Trump. I'm going to do a good job. We got this one. If you guys haven't heard, Keir Starmer's about to ban X all across Britain. You'll notice that when it comes to banning X, and I'm going to talk about this later, you don't see them banning Snapchat or Instagram or any of these creepy apps where they get kids taking off their clothes and doing nasty things in front of a camera. All the predators are out on those apps. No, they want to cut down X because they don't like the fact that people can actually give you the news and talk about the government. It's hate speech after all.
Yeah, free speech is dying.
They disguise it up about protecting children. It's about protecting themselves. Take a look at this phone call that went down between him and Trump.
Yes, but because they are far-right thugs saying hurty words and upsetting people.
Listen, I'm going to stick my foot far right up your ass.
You can't do that to me. My dad was a tool maker.
Well, he certainly made a tool for the World Economic Forum.
Don't you bring Davos into this. I'll tell my mummy.
Listen, you slimy bastard, I'll own everything and love it.
She worked in the NHS.
Yes, well, my mom, who was probably the greatest mom there ever has been, came from Scotland. She always told me, Donnie, don't ever let those commie bastards take over the home country. So when I do get reelected, I'm going to invade your fucking country and make Britain great again.
That's how I could see that. I could totally see that call going down. I could totally see old Donnie coming in full force.
My mom is the best mom.
My mom is the best mom. She's from Scotland, okay? And she's gonna make Britain great again. She's gonna make it great again. Tampon Tim. I don't know if you guys heard, he's not gonna run for re-election after his scandalous behavior with the Leering centers. I know we only covered that a little bit here on the channel. Just a little bit. Tim Walz is a retard. Bye-bye. Here's his press conference. Apparently he's got some other opportunities on the horizon. Take a look.
Hey guys, it's Tampon Tim. I just want to let y'all know I won't be seeking re-election. I got a nice job offer from Tampax, to help them develop male tampons and shit like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that before all this Somali fraud shit blows up in my face and Trump sends in the National Guard in the middle of the night to arrest me and my crazy liberal bitch wife, the one with the crazy eyes. Anyway, we had a good run. Oh, and FYI, Kamala is an alcoholic and she's completely retarded. Toodaloo.
So not only is Tim Walz a retard, but Kamala's an alcoholic and completely retarded as well.
Well, there's your proof
Toodaloo.
right there.
Toodaloo. See you later, Tampon Tim. Now, Trump's really got everybody in his crosshairs this week. We have one last meme to show with everybody tonight because we got a lot to talk about. Old Maduro, well, he was wasting no time after his capture. He jumped onto The Price is Right, and boy, did he ever win one hell of a showcase. Take a look here. Trump really giving up the goods for Maduro.
All right, Nick, take a look at this. It's an all-expenses-paid escape for you and one guest in the United States. You'll soar high on the military's finest jet, featuring premium restrained seating, minimal legroom, and absolutely no option to upgrade. Sightseeing includes New York skyscrapers, flashing camera mobs, and federal courtrooms. Accommodations include a cozy prison cell and 3 square meals a day.
Prison cell and 3 square meals a day.
Come on down.
Come on down, Tampon Tim. You're the next contestant to get completely owned. Finally, Trump flying over Canada this week on his way to Greenland. My God. All right, let's do it with Trump. My God, India looks like a shithole. That's Canada, Mr. President. Oh, no, that's terrible. Oh, no. Oh, it's Canada. Here we go. There's the memes for this week, folks. I know there isn't a lot, but you know what? We got a lot to address. We got a lot to talk about. People were talking about body cam footage. It's not body cam footage. It was actually a cell phone that was found with ice. I'm going to go over that with you guys. And then we're going to get to the meat and potatoes of what's going on tonight. Tony Shaw, the $10 super chat. I think the Fringe movement should get together for a photo op January 26th. Meet. I will be at the front of the stage on the 26th. Everybody who wants a photo op with the Fringe, come on up at the end of the...
That would be awesome.
At the very end of everything, when people are leaving, when people are getting their stuff together, come on up to the stage. We'll do that. How does that sound? Tony, can't wait to meet you. We got Justin Lucas coming in, $20 super chat. Why are liberals loving brainwash so much? I don't know why they love it so much.
They have a hard time thinking for themselves.
This country, those are the people, I've said it before, that... Look, people are allowed to have different opinions when it comes to how they vote. People have different reasons for voting. I know I have friends who vote NDP because their family all work within the education system. They want to pray and hope for some kind of raise, I guess, or that the NDP are going to fund their schools or fund their resources. It's never happened. But I let them sit in their own little imaginary world because that's their God-given right. They are allowed to vote differently. However, when you have the TDS idiots that sit and say, oh, I'm just not going to vote for, Pierre because, well, he wouldn't do anything about Trump. Carney's going to do everything about Trump. Trump man bad. I'll lose my home. I'll lose my house. I'll lose my car. I'll be put into poverty. I really don't care as long as Donald Trump doesn't
has,
come here.
So much control over Canada.
There's people who vote one way and then there's retards. When you deal with retards, they shouldn't be allowed to vote.
Nope.
I'm sorry, you should have to, if you can't vote with a level of intelligence, if you can't separate the person from the politics, you have no business voting in any election because you're just going to run the country into the ground. It's the same people who's, oh my God, I'm going to vote for Justin Trudeau because he's so hot. I love how he looks. Isn't that great? I think he'd totally run my country. Yeah, never go full Tim Walz. Never go full Tim Walz. Like, I don't want to sit here and say that I know everything about politics, or that because I vote typically conservative, that means I know everything, or that we're on the right side of history, or any of that stuff, folks. It's just a matter of, if you can't separate a person from the policy, if you can't vote based on what's going to work for yourself and for everyone around you, if you're not actually paying attention to what's going on, you wouldn't give a kid the keys to a car.
No.
You know, you wouldn't give an infant a shovel that's loaded, right? No sense in allowing them to vote. That's the way I see it. And I'd say that for conservative voters who can't get their heads out of their rears either. You know what I would tell those people? It'd be very, very frank.
Go ahead and call your dads, tell them about your alternative lifestyle as a gay communist, and then, who knows, maybe eat a lollipop. I don't know what flamers do with their time, but I'd imagine it's something along those lines.
What do we got here? Tara coming in. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Fringe, for being awesome and bringing real news. You're more than welcome.
We are awesome.
You're awesome. You guys are awesome. That's why we're here. You guys are awesome. Let's get on to what happened with ICE, shall we? Because I want to get this out of the way as soon as possible. I know we've shown Asmongold on the channel before, and I know because we're so much larger than he is. This clip with Asmon shows it specifically, and I wanted it up here because his live chat's going, and also his opinion really strikes somewhere. Now, here's where I stand on what happened here, folks. Here's where I stand on what happened. None of this would have happened if you would have just got out of the car, if you didn't have vigilante justice, if you didn't think that you could attack police officers, or that you have an option when they come to tell you, get out of the car.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem with a lot of people that are being activists these days. I've heard rumor going around that the wife or partner or girlfriend of the victim in this situation actually had the victim's children removed from the house because she abused their children, because she put cigarettes out on their arms or something like that. Like, very abusive. And when the court said, we're going to take the kids, the mother said, okay, no problem, because she was happy with her new partner more than her own children. Now, that's speculation, and that's what I've heard online. But bottom line, folks, if the police say, get out of the car,
you listen to them.
Shut it off and get out of the car. If you've got a problem with what's going on, if you feel that your rights are being infringed on, get a lawyer. Go to court, settle it in the courts. If any case, if they were incorrect to arrest you, you got a nice big settlement coming your way. So just let it happen. Let's take a look at what happened in the footage here. It really spells it out now, because it doesn't look good for the victim. I can tell you that. Let's go.
So he gets out of the car, dog's in the car. You can see she very clearly looks at him. She acknowledges. She's smiling at him. Mm-hmm.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Show your face.
And you can see very clearly this is a phone camera. This guy probably learned his lesson from last time somebody tried to run him over.
This home security video shows a driver taking off during a traffic stop, dragging a deportation officer with him.
Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know.
It's Missouri.
No, it'll
Sorry.
be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking country.
He's a citizen. So he walks around the
You
car.
want to come at us? I said go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Get yourself some lunch.
Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car.
You can hear the thump. Drive, baby, drive. Did she say that? Let me hear it again.
Get out of the car.
Why would you say this?
Out of the car.
This changes everything?
So before Asmon finishes, yeah, it does change everything. She yells, drive, baby, drive, while the agent is in front of the car. People, here's the problem with internet speculation. Everybody on the internet's going to look at this, and you're going to have people like...
And there's 50 million different angles of it, too. So
Oh.
you can come up to your own conclusions on all the different angles, but this is a great angle.
This again goes back to what I was just saying, that we did the same thing on the streams this week. We slowed down the footage and said, look at the tires spinning, look at the guy in front of the car, look at everything that's going on here. You know, Matt and I talked about it Wednesday night. Here's the thing. All of this wouldn't have happened if you just got out of the car and listened to the police.
I mean, the policeman is lucky that she slid on the ice.
That's how this was preventative. It was easily preventative. Many people will say, people who speculate, again, the internet police will sit and say, oh, look at the tires spinning like we did. Others will say, oh, he could have easily just jumped out of the way, or oh, he shouldn't have been in front of the car. The bottom line, folks, when the police tell you to do something, even if you don't agree with it, shut the car off and get out. That's it. Comply. Just comply.
Do you see Matt's note there that she'd been following them around all day, blocking their vehicles?
Yeah, and that is a key point here. No one ever mentioned she'd been following them around all day, blocking their vehicles, doxing their locations, harassing them. She had already been asked multiple times to stop interfering.
Yeah, it's not like they just found her and decided, hey, let's interfere.
And that's where I call this vigilante justice. This impression that people have that, oh, I'm Antifa, whatever. I can harass the police. I can infringe on them because I know my rights, bro. Look at her saying, go get some lunch. Let's go through the rest of Asman's video.
Out of the car. He's saying out of the car. He's walking up to her saying out of the car.
Get some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car.
3 times he told her to get out of the car.
You want to come at us?
You want to come at us?
You want to come at us?
You have somebody want to come at us, drive. She's looking directly at him while she's accelerating the car. And then her wife is saying, drive, baby, drive. You see how fast that car went. You heard that? I want to go back. This is what I said about it the day it happened. Right there. She's moving forward and he had to just barely get out of the way. He barely got, if he hadn't moved, and you can hear that now with the thump, would have run him over. Watch the tire. See, now the tire is moving forward. You see the tire is moving forward? That's the revving. Directly in front of the car. You can see the spinning. I genuinely think that a lot of these people on social media and the media in general are totally to blame for this. This vigilante justice fantasy that these people are selling on the internet needs to die. You have the media saying they're secret police. Their thing says police. They have lights on their cars, fully decked out in police gear, but you're trying to pretend like they're not. You can't drive over federal officers. You can't ignore lawful orders. You can't decide in the minute of you being detained whether you think that it's justified or not. And if you disagree with it, you just get to drive away. Because here's the truth. It ruined all of her kids' lives. It ruined her life. It ruined her wife's life. It's going to ruin this police officer's life. All for what? So you can get social media likes. And then she dies.
I mean,
the wife should be accountable for telling her to drive.
Well, and again, there will be courts. There will be investigations, and charges I'm sure will be laid against the wife as well. But Asmongold brings up a good point. This was all for the case of clicks and views that people want to re-showcase. And please, I know we're doing it here on the channel too, but it's for the purpose of speculation to say all of this was avoidable if it was just a matter of get out of the car when the police tell you to.
But everyone out there with a camera thinking that they have any right over the police is just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's obstructing traffic laws. That's fine. But here's the funny thing. One thing that Asman mentions is you hear the thud of the phone. That wasn't the thud. In fact, it's what it is you can hear the car moving forward. He yells, whoa. And then you hear the shot. And that was the gunshot. Because as soon as it goes again, I can even go back and play it.
You hear a thud and a shot. You hear
a thud, but then you hear the shot, and then the vehicle goes off. And he says something like crazy bitch, and then it crashes. Here, let's take a look. Let's take a look again.
Out of the
You can hear the thump. Drive.
I was muted there. You can hear the 2 shots, right? It's 2 shots, not a thump or a thud. It's 2 shots. People were saying, is the dog okay? The dog's fine. They've confirmed the dog's fine. Listen again. You can hear the shots. You hear him yell, whoa, and it's 2 shots. Here we go.
Get yourself some lunch.
Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the sound of the contact from the car and then 2 shots fired. Either way, what you're seeing there is what happens when you think that you have the right to put on a show for your live stream. Again, the wife was filming, right? As Matt said, driving around all day, doxing them, obstructing them, getting their footage for their views so that they could look like big shots. Just, oh, take off, honey. Here's the thing. Many people said, yeah, they could get the license plate. They could get them later. They could talk to them later. The wife even says it while she's outside. Oh, we're going to have the same plate on here when you come get us later on.
But they were following them all day.
You can't, yeah, Barry says it, FAFO. I really don't care how anybody says that at this point that, oh, the police were wrong or ICE was wrong or they shouldn't have done it.
But in any police situation, it's me or them. And that's what he chose.
If somebody says to me, either you go home tonight to your family or this crazy lunatic offs you and you're done. If it's me or them, I'm taking me and my family.
They're trained for that.
10 times out of 10. What's funny is you see the protests going on, and we've talked about this when it came to Maduro and the paid protesters. Look at look at this. I'll read you the thing. Minneapolis ICE protest agitator admits to Laura Ingraham that they are in fact being paid. These idiots or these events are not organic whatsoever. So when you go to what was going on with Maduro and the instant protest of people saying, okay, let's go, let's get into Montreal, let's get into Ottawa, let's go to New York City, let's protest Maduro and say, let him go. Listen to this nonsense. You can even see, as soon as the question's answered, they're like, gotcha.
Shame! Shame!
Do you have a job?
Do
you have a job?
Shame! Shame! I'm getting paid right now! Shame! Shame!
Do you see it? Thumbs up.
Do you have
Thumbs up, ladies and gentlemen. We got him.
We got him.
We got him. Look at you being so stupid. Being so stupid.
Job? Do you have a job?
Shame! Shame! I'm getting paid right now! Shame! Shame! I'm getting paid right now!
Yeah, so these events, like, this is why, like, it really puts in a fine line because you don't want to say people don't have the right to protest, right? You have the right to protest, but have you noticed that protests have ramped up so much in the last, I don't know, 7 or 8 years? Like, it seems like now somebody's like, I farted the other day and people looked at me, let's go form a protest, right? Oh, I lost my job and somebody gave me a cold stare. I'm going to go outside and protest with my signs. Oh, there's a war happening in Iceland. I'm going to go get my signs and protest about it because everybody needs to know.
I'm angry today. I need to protest something.
I just don't understand how we just don't say, okay, guys, we hear you, enough. Like, maybe protest, but there should be like a time limit or something, right? Like
there's got to be rules no matter what you're protesting. And it should be a guideline for either side, left or right.
There has to be rules. There really does. I just can't anymore. Raptor Guy, $5 super chat. Renee Nicole Good had children. Well, so did Charlie Kirk. And what did those lefties say about him? I'm going to get into that and what happens.
Very good point, yeah.
Thank you for the $5 super chat. I was going to get into that right away. Let me get into these first because Dutchy throwing it out.
He can't comment.
YouTube won't let me comment? The one, well...
6 times.
6 times I tried.
Thank you so much for the super
Thank
chat.
you for the 2 super chats. Let me... Dutchy, let me... hang on. Let me take a look here into something. Folks, please bear with me.
We're doing it live.
Please bear with me. I'm doing it live. I just want to check something. Because I've heard about this, and I'm gonna do it live and check. I can't pull up my YouTube studio while we're in the stream, but I want to check something because I've heard about people getting banned out that shouldn't be banned out. Dutchy, of course, has been very, very prominent in our chat.
Yeah.
I would never ban Dutchy out. I just want to double check.
Are you?
I'm a hidden user.
Why are you a hidden user?
I'm a hidden user. I've been banned out of my own channel. I've been banned out of my own channel. Okay, I'm going to have to go through this list later because I don't know who's...
Wait, go up. Okay, no, it's...
Hang on, we're going to look for Dutchy while I'm in here.
We're looking.
I'm going down. This is a big list.
That
apparently.
was crazy to see you in there.
My name is in here. So YouTube, I'll have to reach out to them before I start...
No, I don't...
385.
more?
I don't ban that often. Hang on.
Oh.
Hang on here. Something's afoot. Something strange is afoot, folks. I don't mean to stall the stream
but we're
out.
looking for familiar names
But
and
with
stuff.
Dutchie having to do that just to be able to comment, I want to make sure he's not on this list or anybody else that I recognize.
Yeah.
This is the joys of censorship, because now, look, I don't want to say anything about YouTube. I'm going to have to contact them to ask them what is going on here.
Wild.
I don't see Dutchie yet.
How could he not comment, but he can super chat?
Well, I think you can still super chat if you're blocked. I don't. Hang on here, folks. Bear with me. I'm so sorry to stall out the stream.
We're trying to go through it fast.
I'm going through it quickly. I just want to make sure I don't see Dutchie in here. I don't see Dutchie in here. But I was in there.
Yes.
I was in there. I am in that list.
That's wild.
How am I banned out of my own channel?
What did you do?
Who
did you piss off?
Going through a huge list of liberal trolls. No, but God, Dutchie, I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yes.
Thank you for the super chats. I can actually take that now and screenshot that to give it to YouTube. I will get that handled. I'm so sorry, Dutchie. Maybe log in. Maybe if you've got an alt account or something, log in with that to try chatting with that. I'm so sorry for whatever is. You're not on the ban list, so I'm not sure what's going on.
I see someone saying I don't get notifications. Sometimes
someone says I see
barely get notifications.
Did Dutchie get back? I see Dutchie. Okay, so Dutchie's in there. Okay.
That's horrible.
Okay.
They knew what you were doing.
But I was on the list. I was on the list. How's this possible?
You can't comment on your own work.
I can't do nothing here. I can't. I got no respect at all. Let's take a look at what's going on here. Now, here's the problem that I have with what happened when we were talking about Charlie Kirk, when we're talking about what happened with this woman. Charlie Kirk was removed, we'll say, from this earth because of his opinions and his views. Now with Donald Trump doing everything he's doing with Maduro, where he's talking about Greenland, where he's talking about Minnesota and the ICE agents, well, now you've got celebrity loudmouth Jimmy Kimmel coming out in full force. I wanted to do a video on this, but of course, videos would be pushed down in the algorithm.
100%.
Probably pushed off altogether.
So we'll do it here.
We'll do it here. We'll give Jimmy Kimmel his upcomings here. This guy's a hack at best. Here's the tweet I put out today. Jimmy Kimmel's unhinged rant on ABC accusing President Trump of killing Americans over ICE defending our borders. This isn't comedy. It's a dangerous incitement. By painting Trump as a bad person, starting with the letter M, Kimmel's mobilizing the radical left's hate machine, putting the president's safety at risk. We've seen unaliving attempts before. Is this the spark for more? This is my concern when you see this stuff. If you guys missed what Jimmy Kimmel did, take a look at this.
You know what? Maybe they're trying. I know what they're doing. They're trying out a slogan. Donald J. Trump is going to kill you. It's pretty good, right?
Wow.
He says pretty good, right? And he has the whole crowd clapping over it and cheering about it, and they're all cheering about it. Listen to this when he plays the news comment from the mayor from Minneapolis. Take a listen to this. Listen to the cheering in the background.
They are already trying to spin this as an action of self-defense. Having seen the video of myself, I want to tell everybody directly, that is bull. This was an agent recklessly using power that resulted in somebody dying, getting killed. And I have a message for ICE. To ICE, get the out of Minneapolis.
That was the shirt I want to see. To ICE. Get the out of Minneapolis.
So you've got everybody cheering that on. Kimmel with his stupid shirts. Telling everybody, hey, Trump's going to unalive you. He's a terrible person. Oh, get the F out of Minneapolis. What do you think is going to happen the next time Donald Trump goes to a large public speaking event?
Yeah.
We've already seen it happen before when the bullets just grazed his ear, right? This is what happened to Charlie Kirk. And this is what I hate about the oh-so-tolerant left, is that if something bad happened to Donald Trump tomorrow, they'd all be cheering about it. They would all be praising it just like they did when it happened to Charlie Kirk. They'd all be sitting there going, oh, thank goodness. Oh, thank God. We got our way. It's not about right and wrong, good or bad. Oh, I don't like what that person said, or I'm just going to keep my opinions to myself. It's, we got to remove them from the earth. We got to make sure we're inciting violence. Somebody needs to strip. I was so happy when they first said they were doing it over at Disney with Kimmel, but somebody over at ABC needs to strip him off the air yesterday and keep it that way. Let the outrage happen. Let people get mad. They'll forget about it in a week. You know how I know that, folks? When they brought Kimmel back, his show was prominent for one night, because everybody wanted to see if he was going to take a stab at Trump. And then after that, crickets. His viewer ratings dropped 75%. He's a nobody. Get rid of him. If you're going to talk like that on national television, you got to go. JP Alberta first. Dutchie, it could have been a word. Happened to me a couple times. Had to change the comments when that happened. That is true. So yes. I know YouTube's algorithm typically unfavors certain words being used, so it may not let those in. That's a good point. Thank you for the super chat, JP. Justin Lucas, $5 super chat. Liberals love watching fake news and AIs.
Yeah, they do.
They do. It's Mike. I was called a troll because my message didn't go
through. But we love you, Mike.
We still like you, Mike. Don't worry.
Not a troll.
Yeah, Kimmel's never been funny. I mean, there was a time I used to watch Kimmel on the Man Show way back in the day, back when he didn't care.
Back when, but it wasn't
how he came across.
Him.
But the oh so tolerant left. Like you've got people in Alberta. I want to show this. Like this is where you get dealing with absolute retards. I've got a great video coming tomorrow on the real numbers for Alberta independence. Not the people who have signed, but the likelihood of it going through. I'm going to encourage everyone to watch that video because for some reason right now, I don't know what it could be, folks. Anytime I put out a video about Alberta, it just gets completely mashed down.
Buried.
Make sure to share it out on your socials and check it out when it drops. Here we go. Last night's APP town hall was electric. Hundreds of Albertans packed the room, signing the referendum petition, and finally gave us a say on independence. If you're tired of Ottawa's endless meddling, this is our moment. Real people, real passion, real change. Here's the first idiot that comes into play, and the bots are out full force on X right now, folks. Oh, not a single person of color in the room.
Wow.
That's the first thing. Where's my representation? Where's my representation? The first thing I said, somebody said, so that's their choice. Also, they probably don't care if they're not from here. One thing I've learned as the recent immigrants is they don't come here to assimilate.
Mm-mm.
And the guy comes in, you ever wonder why they chose not to appear, especially if they were here already? Ethnicity isn't just referring to only immigrants. And I said, race isn't an issue. It became an issue because you went out of your way to make it one. If you want confirmation that this isn't a white-led movement, the rally at the Alberta legislature had multiple races and ethnicities present, and they were welcomed as much as everyone else. I spent almost 2 hours talking to many of them after speaking at the rally. I know not to engage with trolls, but this is where you see...
Sometimes you just have to.
But these are the people that sit there when these events happen, like with ICE, that sit and say, oh, I'm not getting my way. I'm stomping my feet. I don't even want to show you half the toxic comments that came in on those posts about, oh, it looks like a bunch of old dead people. Oh, you guys are just you should all be jailed. You should be strung up from trees. You should be tried and thrown in jail for life.
I see a comment here saying, is it free to sign the petition?
Yes, but you have to be an Alberta resident.
Yes.
And you have to show free. You have to show identification.
Yes. You need to be a legal resident to Alberta.
Dutchie with another, wow, $70 super chat again. All he said was the victim shot the criminal, FAFO. Oh, that was Dutchie's better half. That's weird because it showed up in your live chat. So I'm not sure what's happening there, folks. Again, I'll take it to YouTube. I'll ask them because again, I don't want anybody feeling like they can't talk in this chat.
Absolutely not.
And
you shouldn't have to pay to talk either. Like that's
no,
just
you
not
shouldn't
right.
have to send a super chat to pay and talk. Dutchie, send me an email after the stream if you'd like. I will happily.
Yeah, we'll bring this up. We'll get it
I will
fixed.
happily make you whole from your super chat if you like. After the stream, you shouldn't have to pay to talk to me.
No.
Where do I find the petition? That is a great question. Now you can't sign it online, but if you go to Stay Free Alberta, I'm gonna have to type it in because I have it in my other browser. I have to use a different browser for live streams, otherwise the audio doesn't work. If you head over to stayfreealberta.com, Stay Free Alberta is now where everything's being run out of. This is for their donations. This is for finding out information on upcoming petitions. How to sign the petition is right here. So if we go there, any eligible Alberta voter can sign. You must sign in person and provide your name and address as they appear on the voters list. If you're unsure about eligibility, visit one of our signing locations and our volunteers will help. You must be at least 18 years of age. You must be a Canadian citizen, and you must ordinarily reside in Alberta, meaning you must have an Alberta address that you're usually living at.
Yes. Like my uncle has 2 residencies, one in Alberta and one outside.
And one outside.
Yeah.
It says you will be asked to provide ID to prove your residence.
Yep.
You'll have to provide one piece of government-issued photo ID, such as your driver's license, including your full name, current address, and photo, or provide 2 pieces of ID, both containing your full name, such as an Alberta healthcare card or birth certificate, and with one showing your current physical address. You'll have to provide physical civic address, such as a utility bill, no mailing addresses, such as a P.O. box, include municipality, and write clearly. Provide contact info, phone or email. That's so that Elections Alberta can verify you once the petition goes in. It says sign once, do not sign for others. Don't do it twice. If you do it twice, your vote will be invalid. So only sign one time. Don't say, well, I'll go to one in Bicycle and sign, and then I'll go to another one in Edmonton and sign. Then that's 2 votes for a referendum. Do not do that. Every single vote will be checked, and they will have it in a database. If you do that twice, your vote is gone.
Yeah, you only need to sign once.
Keep in mind that this does not mean that you're voting for Alberta separation. This is your signature to hold a referendum on separation in Alberta. This is to be done in person only. Signatures must be collected in person as wet signatures signed in pen. It says use this page to find a nearby location or pre-register to get email updates as new times and places will be added. Why is this so important? The petition is about protecting our shared future and ensuring Alberta has a voice in the referendum on whether Alberta becomes its own state or independent state. Your signature helps move this democratic, a state independent state. I shouldn't have said state or independent. My bad. Holy crap. Your signature helps move the democratic process forward, signals community support, and enables us to meet the official requirements set by Election Alberta. Where do I sign? Signatures are collected in person. The official petition period runs from January 3rd for 120 days. Okay? So it ends at the beginning of May. So if we go to the home page, I haven't gone over the whole site yet, folks. I don't know if they have their locations on here. No, you can only request to sign the petition. Oh, below are the current public signing locations. We're adding more all the time. So here below they have all their locations. 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. Legacy Center, Red Deer, Alberta on January 10th. So again, that's tomorrow if you're in the Red Deer area.
There's one in Vulcan.
There's one in Vulcan tomorrow until 7 p.m. It says that there's no start time. Quark Store in Vulcan, Alberta. Queensland Community Center tomorrow until 7 p.m. At Queensland Drive. I believe Effet Chipiuk and John Bolton will be there as well. Make sure to go out there and sign if you're in Calgary. The Quality Hotel and Conference Center in Fort McMurray up until 7:30 p.m. tomorrow. You can get that done. On Monday, if you're in Bentley, You can go to the Bentley Community Hall until 7 p.m. If you're in St. Millet, you can go to the Millet Community Hall until 7 p.m. on Monday as well. Tuesday, Donalda Friendship Center in Donalda, Alberta, till 7 p.m. And so far, I'm not going to read them all because it's a long list. We'll be here all night.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye out because I would like to sign. I'm not going to be in Calgary.
You're not going to be in Calgary, but there's going to be lots of time to sign, folks. Again, it's 120 days.
I know, but I want to do it now.
Stayfreealberta.com is where you want to go. Okay? The reason it's separate from APP.
But if there isn't anything in there, request to sign, and then they know where you are so they can set something up.
Yeah, so when it comes to APP, I talked about this in a post. We talked about why it has to be Stay Free Alberta. One of the most important reasons, and I spoke with Alberta Prosperity Project this week, and they had said that regardless of what's going on, we are not APP. I'm not APP. You're not APP. Keith Wilson isn't APP. Corey Morgan isn't APP. We are all independent Albertans, grassroots, going to sign a petition. We're not signing it on behalf of Alberta Prosperity Project. We're signing it as Albertans who just want to voice our concerns to see a free and independent Alberta. Now, because of Elections Alberta, and to make sure waters aren't muddied, Stay Free Alberta must be a separate entity from Alberta Prosperity Project. All of the money coming in must be run accordingly. All of the donations must be used accordingly. They are not legally allowed to use any of Alberta Prosperity Project's money to fund the vote for a referendum. So those are the reasons for Stay Free Alberta. I know a lot of people have been confused saying, well, how come I don't see anything on Alberta Prosperity Project's site, but I'm getting all these messages from Stay Free Alberta? That's why.
Yep.
So APP put out a press release saying because of election laws, APP has to remain totally separate from Stay Free Alberta. So the signing locations will not be on the APP website. They will be on stayfreealberta.com. The website will be updated with many more signing locations. At present, and this was again last week, they do not yet have a single person confirmed by Elections Alberta to take signatures. That has changed. That's why they're garnering signatures at their town halls. Allegedly, it said Elections Alberta could take up to 21 business days to confirm somebody who can collect signatures. The good news on that end, folks, there was hundreds of people in Edmonton last night being trained. APP posted the pictures, or Stay Free Alberta would have. One of them posted them. I know I saw it on X, where they were showing, hey, look, everybody's getting trained on canvassing. So they're going to be out full force getting their signatures soon, folks. Real soon. Do you think APP will go to Hinton? I'm more than sure they will. I'm more than sure they will.
They're going to hit up where
If they don't, you can always send them an email and tell them where you are. They will tell you where you can go to meet up with a canvasser. Yep. Major Flip, can you adopt me so I can sign up?
Yeah, let's do it.
I don't think I could get the process done in 120 days. But hey, that's I appreciate the encouragement to sign though. Raptor Guy, $5 super chat. I'm thinking about starting a Scarborough separation movement to get away from Olivia Chow. Good luck with that one. You might actually get some support for that one. Michael with a $5 super chat. For some reason, an Alberta left YouTuber called Trailer Park PhD wound up in my algorithm. Super easy character to rage bait. Come join me.
Oh, I like that.
I'll check it out. Mike, I can't openly promote that stuff on the channel, but thank you for bringing that to my attention.
Love the rage bait. Let's do it.
Delphine, $7 super chat. I'll be signing the petition tomorrow here in Fort Mac at 7 p.m. Awesome. Can't wait. I can't wait to see what you guys get for signatures. Justin, $2 super chat. Kim Jong-un killing AVA students in 2017. I'm not sure what that has to do with what we were talking about, but Justin, thank you for the $2 super chat. Lady of Lakes, $7 super chat. Sick of the whitewashing, never seen so much DEI went full force. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is where I've said, folks, and tomorrow's video is going to touch on an article that's laughable. When we talk about the real numbers of independence, the video touches on statistics, it touches on some math that we do, and the numbers that are going to be necessary in terms of the signatures required to show if this is going to go anywhere, if we're going to see independence be successful. So it's actually good for the naysayers and those who just want some information.
Yep.
On what's happening with independence. Check it out. But they are on full force, and we're going to see that more as time goes on. You got Todd J being a member for 3 months. Thank you so much. Let's go freedom and unity, family worldwide. I agree. Thank you. Rob coming on $2 super chat. Bentley Town Hall. Will there be coffee? I have no idea.
I don't know.
I love when people. I'm not criticizing your super chat, but I love when people ask me these questions. Like, what do you think that the new
Coffee and donuts
constitution?
supplied by Tim Hortons. I'm just joking.
What date will the new constitution be written? And it's like I don't
all
know.
Seeing, all powerful. You know it all.
I'm not Nostradamus. I really don't know. I have no idea. Maybe give them a call and ask. Panini $5 super chat. Prayers for Right Blend on YouTube. He just had open heart surgery. He's another great conservative YouTuber. Thank you for that. I normally don't allow multi-channel promotions, but that one I'll let it slide. Hope I don't know who that is, but I hope they're okay. So thank you for that.
Well, I'm very happy that we're getting the signatures done and then we're all getting out there, and I love that.
We're doing our due diligence.
I'd love to see the pictures come in from all the different locations, see how busy everything is, all the town halls and stuff.
I do have one thing to promote that I'm going to talk about. Look, why is everybody so worried about cowbell?
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
All right, cowbell's out of the way. Lori with a $7 super chat. When we can go, please, or when we go, can we please consider getting rid of all public service unions? I think that's highly likely when we vote for independence.
That would be a good thing.
I agree wholeheartedly. Some exclusive news to drop here on the channel, folks. I want to share this tweet that I put out today because it's going to feed into what we're talking about. In the grand architecture of nations, Alberta stands as a pillar burdened by a crumbling edifice. Ottawa's centralized folly, siphoning our vitality while ignoring the sovereign spirit that built this province. Independence is not rebellion, it is responsibility incarnate. Reclaiming our resources, our laws, our destiny from bureaucratic shadows that stifle innovation and self-reliance. Those who dismiss it as folly are ensnared in the trees, myopic branches of the status quo comfort, blind to the forest of possibility. A thriving, self-governed Alberta, a beacon of prosperity where individuals rise not by fiat, but by merit and truth. Awaken to this vision, sign the petition, build the future you deserve on stayfreealberta.com. Now down here I have Rise of Alberta's graphic on taking the clear path. You either stay with Canada or you move towards independence. And judging by the photo, I think people can say what works best.
Yeah, which is the better path?
I'm very happy to announce, alongside Rise of Alberta, there will be a new book coming out from Unacceptable Fringe Books, hopefully in the next week to 10 days, called How Alberta Got Its Independence. And I'm very much looking forward to bringing that your direction. I think it's going to be fabulous. I'm hoping we'll have it out in time before the January 26th event, Town Hall in Calgary. Folks, when that book comes out on Amazon, we need to make this book a #1 bestseller, and we got to push it. It's when we talk about the lefties, when we talk about the guys who get overheated about it, how the Prime Minister stole freedom was full of comments from left-wing haters that had to come in and say, stop it, stop talking bad about Trudeau. Oh, this guy's terrible. You should pull his books from Amazon.
Some of them were in my family.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine how many people are going to be mad when a book about an independent Alberta and a Dr. Seuss-style, rhymey, fun, illustrated book is produced and put online for everyone to see? Can you imagine when I'm standing on the 26th in Calgary, signing copies for our readers, just how angry the left is going to be when they're seething online looking at those photos? Make sure when that book comes out, folks, to grab your copy. There's Lori, we'll buy a copy. I'm glad to see it. Make sure to get a copy. There might be an appearance from the most Albertan man in the world
maybe
in that book. We'll have to take a look at that. But I was happy to announce, at least tonight, that we're going to have a new book coming out, and not like in months, not in, a long time. I'll let you know a date. It looks like it could be within about the next week. So hopefully it gets done. It'll also depend on things like, Amazon actually formatting it and putting it on.
Yeah.
But I'll keep you guys updated when that happens. We got Lori's super chat. Mike Freedom Honey, $2 super chat. Watch my show. Promote. Watch my show. Maybe he'll actually click some chats next week and talk to you guys in the chat.
We'll get there.
I'm going to talk to Mike. We'll set him straight. Lady of Lakes, what were your thoughts on Danny's statement today to Carney? Danielle Smith's statement? I think it's all smoke and mirrors. Danielle's doing, again, what she has to do. She has to try and make Canada work. She has to make it look like she's trying to make Canada work. Again, I say let Danielle do her job.
Until we separate.
Let Danielle do her job. I'll get into how Mark Carney's in a corner, how I think we'll see a pipeline. I'll get through these super chats and then we'll get to that. Utread, $5 super chat. Had a great time on my trip to Alberta in late December. Got to check out Studio Bell in Calgary as well as Rep VGK. I'm not sure what VGK is. Even if both games were L's. VGK.
Both hockey games were losers.
Oh, the Vegas. Is that the Vegas Knights? The Las Vegas Knights? Is that what VG is? Maybe. University of Virginia Otto Warmbier died by North Korea. I don't know what that is. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Sorry, Justin, I'm not in on those things. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that means. Raptor Guy, $5 super chat. That person who claimed she got paid for protesting against the Maduro capture looks like a certain French pineapple that should not be mentioned. Stop. You're going to give me nightmares. Mike Freedom Honey, $2 super chat. A book, shut up and take my money. Right? I can't wait. Thank you. Carnage Cardi, $5 super chat. Say hi to Megan RP. She's in the chat. I haven't seen Megan in ages.
Oh, I miss Megan.
Yeah, the Vegas Golden Knights. There we are. You got to see the Knights. I'm glad you got to see the Knights.
Now I'm desperately looking for Megan.
Does APP have a link to Stay Free Alberta? Probably not, because
because they have to be completely
they have to
separate.
be distant. They have to make sure the waters
so they are
aren't muddied.
not going to be tied in any way.
StayFreeAlberta.com.
Very easy.
That simple. Make sure to get in there. What are all the ones in the chat? What are the ones?
What are the ones for?
Put a one in the chat to support the new book. There you go.
And
that's all the ones? Really, guys?
That's it.
We're bringing out a book about Alberta independence, and that's all the ones?
They don't want it.
Guys.
They don't want another book.
I'll price it as low as I can. We just want to sell copies. I'm not interested. I got to be interested a little bit in the profits because I got to pay Rise of Alberta for their work on the artwork. But I'll price it as low as I can to at least omit my profits. I just want to see the lefties get mad. Yeah. I want to see this book circulate so much that the lefties see it everywhere. And they're like, ugh! Just like when How the Prime Minister Stole Freedom came out.
Oh, I love that.
This has to be a huge book. I tried my best to write something funny, to write something that was sentimental to Albertans. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. Mrs. Fringe read the manuscript this week.
Oh,
she loved
it.
Good. She loved it.
So good.
Blood, sweat, and tears, folks. Let's Snatch. I tried to get everybody excited. Is it a pop-up book? No, just typical.
That would be scary.
Just
actually.
a typical
Carney in a pop-up book?
Just
horrible.
Just the typical unacceptable Fringe book.
Oh, that would be good.
Maybe one day.
That's a good idea.
Maybe one day.
That would be difficult.
Predictions for a spring election for 2026. I don't think so. We talked about that earlier in the show.
That would not look good for Alberta separation.
It wouldn't be good for Alberta independence, but are we talking provincial or federal? I think he's talking about federal. I don't think it'll happen. I don't think it'll happen because Carney's grip is slipping with Canadians. And it kind of runs me into what we were saying about Mark Carney being pinned in a corner at the same time. If you look at the infighting with the Liberals ever since Mark Carney put forward the MOU, you have Stephen Guilbeault stepping back. You have Freeland doing her nutso work over in Ukraine. You've got, who else is talking about stepping back? Erskine Smith's going to step back, possibly. You have others talking about stepping back. And people are excited because they're saying, well, that means Mark Carney's going to lose his majority government. Absolutely not. These are people stepping back in high-end Liberal ridings. It's just going to be by-elections and they'll be replaced by other Liberals.
Yep.
And if they run a risk of losing their majority, they'll just run Conservatives in those ridings and then they'll cross the floor. They've already rigged the system, folks. So when it comes to a spring election, I don't think Mark Carney has the coffers or the finances to run another election. We just had one last year. I don't see it happening. I really don't. I don't think Pierre also has the grip that he needs in order to try and push people forward to win any form of a conservative government. In fact, I'm curious if a conservative government will ever happen at this point when you look at the divide between East and West. And that's not to be mean. That's not to put people's hopes and dreams in the toilet. It's just the reality when you look at the statistics. Pierre Poilievre had a real conundrum when he ran in the federal election. You look at the momentum he had. Look at the momentum Pierre had in the federal election. And he still lost. Not just because of TDS, but because you can't appease the voters out west while also appeasing the people in areas like Toronto, where they typically vote Liberal. The South Asian communities that are around Toronto, the ones that always vote Liberal, the ones that are diehard Liberals, while Quebec has been losing its grip on the Liberals in favor of their separation party, I don't know if it's enough to land Pierre a victory yet. He's on the right track. And I think it's going to be momentum when we talk about pipelines, when we talk about Danielle Smith and the corner that Mark Carney is now in after Trump went after Maduro. Trump is trying his best to secure Greenland. I think he's going to get a deal with Greenland. He's flipped the oil market on its head completely. And Pierre Poilievre put out a banger video this week. We covered it here on the channel saying this is the starting line. We have to move. We have to get our products to market. We have to lift the bad laws. We have to put through pipelines, and we have to get to Asian markets yesterday if we have any hope of sustaining Alberta's economic future and Canada's. The problem therein is exactly what happened today with Danielle Smith. She sat down with Mark Carney. She talked about all the reasons that a pipeline is beneficial. They did their little photo op. And Mark Carney's going to giggle like he always does and go back and say, but if it doesn't benefit Brookfield, I'm not going to work on it. I'm not going to do anything. Bradshaw put out a really good tweet about it. And we talked about it in great detail on another video, but I'm going to bring it up here for everybody to see as to why we're not going to get a pipeline, no matter how much pressure is put on Mark Carney. I don't think we'll see a pipeline. No, that's the one about him going to the World Economic Forum. Sorry, folks. I should have had this one up. Here it is. Let's get to a few super chats because I don't want to leave people hanging, and then we'll get to it. Tucker with a $50 super chat. Wow, thank you so much. Independence? Yes, please. Thank you so much.
I'll take it.
Bradley with a $2 super chat. I think Pierre needs to get on the bandwagon.
Agreed.
He won't. He won't. If you're talking about independence, you never will get on that bandwagon.
He just does what his
Thank you for the super chat. JP with a $100 super chat. Thank you so much. In the U.S. Constitution, the right to organize is enshrined, which covers political parties, trade unions. We need to remain strictly nonpartisan, or we will lose the referendum, dividing Albertans on issues that don't have anything to do with independence.
Yeah.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you so much for that amazing super chat. Randy Ross, $5 super chat. $5 for freedom. From the U.S. Good night. I appreciate that, Randy.
Have a good night, Randy.
Thank you so much. Slushy, $5 super chat. Is it me or is Doug Ford having a temper tantrum about anything Trump and American? Well, he's banning Crown Royal from hardworking Manitobans because, well, they're going to move everything to is it Alabama? I think it's Alabama. He's saying
he just doesn't understand anything.
He obviously doesn't understand how businesses work unless, of course, they're benefiting him.
Letting that snow get to his brain.
Raptor Guy, $5 super chat. I think when Heather McPherson becomes a leader of the NDP, a lot of Carney support might be going back to the NDP. That's my fear as well. Thank you for becoming a member. Michael becoming a new member as well. Or thank you for the super chat. Getting tongue-tied because Michael became a new member down below. Thank you to both of you. Thank you to both of you. Marco, $2 super chat. If you were advising Rogan, should he go on the Joe Rogan Experience? Pierre, I don't think it would benefit him to go on Joe Rogan right now.
Not right now. Before the election, it would have.
I don't know if people know this. Joe Rogan's numbers are actually slipping. They're not what they used to be. I don't know if it would be that influential. Pierre might get a good talking piece with Joe Rogan, but that's about it. And I think he could get just as many good talking points with any other podcaster. In terms of syndication, yes, Joe Rogan has a larger audience. But I'm not sure if the people listening to Joe Rogan have anything to do with what Pierre's future would look like in terms of influence. But here's why we're not going to see a pipeline. Here's why we won't see the pipeline. Bradshaw tweeting out the only reason Carney doesn't want Canada to have more pipelines is because he's putting Brookfield first. Carney isn't allowing Canadians to interfere with his investments. Let's take a look at what this says. Brookfield Infrastructure Partners acquired Colonial Enterprises, owner of the massive Colonial Pipeline, for about $9 billion, including debt, in a deal announced in April of 2025. Again, this was right when he became Prime Minister and was expected to close in the latter half of last year, making Brookfield the single owner of the largest U.S. fuel pipeline system. This 5,500-mile network moves gasoline, jet fuel, and diesel from Texas to the U.S. East Coast, serving over 50 million consumers. Why would Mark Carney, even while our market is being tarnished, put through a pipeline to the West Coast, devaluing that pipeline for Brookfield? Why would he do it? When you look at the hundreds of conflicts of interest and the hundreds of contracts given out to Brookfield in the last 10 years, why would Mark Carney now put through a pipeline? This is how you know that the MOU is nothing more than bullshit. This is how you know nothing is going to get built in this country. And the only way a pipeline is going to go through at this point is absolute pressure. How do we have a mosquito in the basement?
I don't know.
It's January. It's January.
I thought I got it.
People probably looking at the screen going, why is Mrs. Fringe waving her arms around?
I thought I got it.
She's not playing VR. There's a legit mosquito down here. Good news, Block is really doing well in Quebec. I mean, it's not always good news, but thank you for the $2 super chat. Raptor Guy, $5. I think the NDP dipping into Carney's support is a good thing. The vote splitting could help Conservatives gain a few seats. It can, but at the same time, you're just going to see more of what we saw with Jagmeet Singh. You're going to see the Liberals. It's either a Liberal majority or it's the Liberals giving the NDP what they want to stick around, right? It's holding hostage Canadian votes again. There is no winning at this point. And I don't want to be that person, because the problem is I have a bias, and everybody's going to say, well, it's because you're from Alberta.
Right.
Right? It's because you're from Alberta and you're voting on independence. Oh, you don't want Pierre to win. I do want Pierre to win.
Canada still needs something.
I still want Pierre to win. I still want to see success in Canada.
100% we do.
And I still like Pierre. But the problem is the deck is stacked against him. It has nothing to do with what he proposes, what policies he would instill, or how much support he has out west. The problem, as Matt points out in every live stream when we talk about Ontario, is Mega City 1. Yep. It's that small line of voters that have 50% of the per capita of Canada between Ontario and Quebec that are in control of who runs this country. It doesn't matter what Pierre proposes at this point. He has to basically shill to that portion of the country in order to get the votes. The good news on that, folks, the silver lining where we may see some reprieve from Liberals, is that with Mark Carney ignoring pipelines and with Mark Carney ignoring everything, this is where I say he's in a tough place. He either damages Brookfield and puts a pipeline to the West Coast, pleasing the people in Alberta, while the ones that are undecided on independence, he'll please them and give them some hope Canada can work. He'll put through that pipeline, and the people in Mega City 1 will be satisfied that, hey, Mark Carney's doing everything he can as the Prime Minister. If he ignores the pipeline, which I think he may do, he'll be pressured while his numbers continue to drop. Again, you'll see the NDP pick up some seats, and no amount of TDS is going to save him.
No.
Because the people in the Mega City 1 region are going to start experiencing astronomical food prices, gasoline prices, electric bills, heating bills, rent, crime. It's going to get worse than it already is. This is where I say lives needed to get more difficult before they would get better.
I don't think people can survive that.
I don't think they can either, but that is where the grip of the Liberals would loosen in places like Mega City 1 in order for Pierre to get in without having to appease the left. Like, I don't want to be the guy who bears bad news.
No.
I'm just talking reality, folks, because we saw it in the federal election. Pierre's momentum was unfathomable. Mark Carney was speaking in pubs to crowds of 20 or 40 people. Like, he wasn't packing airport hangars. He wasn't drawing in crowds to the point that they had to get big warehouses to do rallies.
No.
Yet Pierre still lost because it wasn't us that were in charge of that vote. It was Mega City 1. Something bad has to either happen to them or Pierre never wins. Barb gifting 5 unacceptable Fringe memberships to the Patriots Club. Thank you so much. Welcome to all 5 of our new members. Bradley, $5 super chat. If we get a million signatures fast, would we get a separation election faster? We wouldn't get it faster, but we'd be in a better position. Again, I'm not going to draw all the numbers out on this live stream because I've already closed that out. Please watch tomorrow's video. I think I'll have 2 videos tomorrow. One of them will be on the Alberta numbers. I've taken the numbers, we've done the math, and I'm showing you the statistics of what to expect in a referendum vote based on past elections and past referendum votes, as well as how many signatures I believe, based on that information, are going to be required for APP to have an easy skate when it comes to securing a yes vote in a referendum to separate. Make sure to watch that video tomorrow. I get into those million signatures in that video. Thank you for the super chat. Rob with a $5 super chat. Liberals are not the brightest of people, but NDP supporters are too stupid to know they're liberal.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Agreed.
I think it's like them saying, like those vegans that are like, well, sometimes I'll have a steak. Like, I think NDP voters,
I'll have fish.
NDP voters are like, I'm kind of liberal, but I just don't like voting for their party, so I vote over here. Like, I think that's the way they behave, or they're stupid. Panini, you're gifting 5 more unacceptable Fringe memberships to the Patriots Club.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Slushy with a $2 super chat. I wonder how seat shuffle affected this with Justin Trudeau. I'm not sure. Thank you for the super chat. Will, being a member for night, cowbell. We'll get cowbell before the end. We just did cowbell like 10 minutes ago. Michael, $5 super chat. Biggest problem with expecting the federal Tories from the form of the government is when numbers get close, leftists in Ontario hold their noses and vote Libs. That's the problem.
Yeah.
They're in control.
They have control of the vote.
And you'll never see electoral reform.
They don't even need to count our votes.
Nope. JP with the $10 super chat. Smith needs to tell him that the MOU is torn up. No more conditions, just approve it and get out of the way. Carbon taxes will price it out of the market.
I think she knows what's coming and she's just kind of waiting her time.
My impression, and I know people hate hearing about it, but my impression when we met with Danielle. Sorry, my mouth is so dry down here. My impression, and I think Mrs. Fringe can validate, was that I told Danielle exactly what I told you I would tell her. I hope you know what the hell you're doing. You know, I told her, I back you as the Premier of Alberta. I think you're doing a better job than anybody else could. She's still, despite people's gripes, because look, folks, you can't please people 100% of the time, and the person who tries to is a fool. She is one of my favorite premiers for Alberta, at least in my lifetime, next to Ralph Klein. I think she's doing a fantastic job. I told her, I think you're doing great. I think you have our best interests at heart when it comes to the independence vote. However, when it comes to some of the things you're doing, I just hope you know what the hell you're doing, because I talk to my viewers every single week and they're starting to get pissed off. And she said, I can assure you, I know exactly what I'm doing.
Megan said, more cowbell.
More cowbell. Derek bullied me into incorporating cowbell into my show. Threats were made.
They were.
Unbelievable.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
I'm going to turn into Sling Blade soon, just sitting here going, oh, they told me they wanted more cowbell. Mm-hmm. I get more cowbell. Mm-hmm. Unbelievable.
I love it.
I'm headed to Vulcan tomorrow with 2 carloads of people to sign the petition.
Oh, I love that.
Myself and my 2 sons and daughter and a couple of their friends. My kids and their friends are all aged 18 to 25. It's funny you bring...
Good for you.
It's funny you bring that up. The Western Standard just did an article on a new poll. Sorry, I should have had this in.
I know. So... He was busy making videos before the show.
The Western Standard had a good article on this. Let me just bring up the Western Standard, because the old search engine doesn't want to find it. A new poll was done. I just want to bring it up for context's sake. When it comes to Alberta independence, the 18 to 25 or 18 to 34-year-olds lead the charge on voting indefinitely for independence.
Well, I think their futures rely on it more, right?
Let's see if we can find it. Here we go. There it is, folks. Sorry for the delay. Carnage Carney, the $5 super chat. We need an emoji for Mondays with Mike. I'll try and get one. Thank you for that reminder. Larold, $5 super chat. No message. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. Did I get Jay Peterson's? I did get Jay's.
Larold.
Let's take a good look at this article, because this is where, when we talk about the Vulcan carload going tomorrow, this new poll shows Albertans warming to independence. Now, this isn't tomorrow's video, but it will give you a little sneak peek as to one thing we talk about. The poll shows our Albertans are warming to it. Well, here's the deal. This poll shows that, and this was done January 4th to 6th. So this was done a couple of days ago. This was done this week, folks. What? Why are you laughing in my ears? I'm really reading an article.
I'm sorry, Mike. Just put a whole bunch of eggplant.
Mike, you are such a distraction. A new poll shows 31% of respondents would vote in favor of Alberta independence, with individuals aged 18 to 34 offering the greatest support for the independence movement, according to the research company. Now, before people say, oh, it's only 31%, that's a terrible poll. I'll get into where that 31% comes from, because this is actually a non-biased poll, which is good because this gives us our numbers. Now, again, this is being used in tomorrow's video to show the real statistics and numbers as to how we win the referendum, and how we'll know after the collection process of signatures the chance we stand at winning that referendum. It says the poll was conducted from January 4th through the 6th and revealed that while 17% of respondents strongly support independence, 49% strongly opposed it. Now, that's just right over here in this column versus this column. We still have 3 to go through. Respondents overall support Alberta's independence. It rose 9 percentage points compared with a similar poll conducted by a research company in 2023. By a 2-to-1 margin, Albertans currently express a desire to remain in Canada. However, the growth of separatist sentiment is significant across some groups. Respondents aged 18 to 34 were most likely to support independence, with 42% in favor, compared with 27 and 25% among those aged 35 to 54 and 55 plus, respectively. There's a reason for that. Let's take a look at these polls. 18 to 34 is the Pierre Poilievre category. This is where Pierre Poilievre made a lot of strides during the federal election, because you have the youth who are trying to be independent themselves, the ones who want to move out, the ones who can't get jobs because their last name isn't Singh, the ones that are stuck, essentially, saying, how am I ever going to get anything for myself? They're struggling. So they're already on the bandwagon for independence. That is where we have the youth vote already locked in on independence, at least growing in favorable numbers. When it says here that it's only 27 and 25% among those aged 35 to 54 and 55 plus, well, the majority of people who are going to buy property or buy a house, age 35 up to 55 plus, they already have their homes. They already have jobs. Even if they're living check to check, anybody who was going to buy property or get out on their own is already on that platform. So they're not struggling to get out of mom and dad's basement. So their needs are going to be different from those in the 18 to 34 category. What's funny is as we go down and look at further, because these statistics blew my mind. Rural Alberta had the highest level of support among respondents. We've already known that for ages. 34% were supporting the movement, while 31% in Calgary. I really didn't think Calgary was going to be that high, I'll be honest. But 31% in Calgary are already supportive of immediate independence, and 29% in Edmonton. And you think about that as to how many people vote NDP in Edmonton. 29% polled in Edmonton are pro-independence. meaning right now. Those are good numbers.
Those are good numbers.
It said here, results from the survey showed that 40% of respondents who voted for the UCP in the 2023 provincial election would likewise vote in favor of Alberta independence. So we already have the UCP vote, right? This is where it aligns with what Jeff Rath has been talking about, that 70, 80% of the UCP would vote in favor for independence on Danielle's base. I'll show that in the numbers again tomorrow more thoroughly, because people will say, well, this says 40%. The way it's drawn out looks more likely to what Jeff Rath was talking about. It goes on to say here, compared to 56% who said they would be against it, NDP supporters are more united on the issue. 85% of respondents who voted for the party in the 2023 election do not support Alberta becoming an independent country. So NDP voters were polled in this survey. So it wasn't just, oh, you're not going to answer how we want to answer or how we want to divert this poll. We'll have no bias in this. There's still a 15% margin of NDP voters here who said they're up for Alberta independence. Keep that in mind. And while 85% said, no, we're not going to have it, it still shows that when they talk about the numbers of saying that it's only that 49% of people are strongly opposed to Alberta independence, it's most likely the 49% are coming from these NDP polling numbers. So the votes are definitely moving in our favor for independence. And again, this is just the tip of the iceberg, folks. I have actual statistics from elections, from other referendum votes to go over in tomorrow's video. Please go and watch it. It doesn't just set the stage for, hey, look, we got the numbers. This is the benchmark that I believe APP has to hit with their signatures for the petition in order to send a message not only to Ottawa, but how big of a battle it's going to be to try and get a 60% vote for yes on the independence referendum. I think we've got it nailed down. I got to get some super chats out of the way here. Lori with the 279 super chat. We need tables at Nate and Sate.
Yes, we do.
I agree. I'm talking with Alberta Prosperity Project or Stay Free Alberta, whoever's going to be in charge about, again, doing like a Change My Mind type series.
I think that would be great.
With myself, along other Albertan YouTubers, where we go to the campuses, we'll set up tables, we'll have canvassers there to take signatures and get signatures, while also getting content on why people feel they should or should not leave.
Yep.
But I wholeheartedly agree. Thank you for the super chat. Michelle becoming a member for 1 month. Looking forward to tomorrow night, 7 p.m., Queensland Community Center in Calgary, signing the petition.
Love it.
Love it. Love it. Make sure you say hi to John Bolton and Eva for us. Justin Lucas, $5 super chat. Alberta separates from Canada. Join USA. Cell carrier service AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon. Alberta's not going to join the U.S. As much as I love our American viewers, the United States has already said it's not happening. The hurdles that they would have to overcome for Alberta,
it would be a lot, to
join the United States would be way too much. They've already said it's not feasible. But thank you for the super chat. Peter, 279. Downtown city folk vote NDP typically. They do. The fart huffers are all around downtown. They're all around downtown. They're usually the ones that will tell you ICE agents should go, that Danielle Smith needs to go. They'll tell you that they love Big Gary's gun grab. You guys remember Big Gary?
Why you bring the gun to me and then I give you $25 gift card to Tim Horton?
Do not redeem it! Do not redeem it! Do not redeem it! Why you redeem it?
Why do you redeem it? Look, the people who, and I can say this from living in Calgary for 30 years, the people who typically vote for the NDP, if you ever hung around 17th Ave downtown in Calgary,
it's always the central people.
You'll know exactly who we're talking about. And for anybody who lives in that region, please accept my apologies. Not every single person down there, but there's definitely a visual confirmation. And Trump's words really hold true with that very large majority of that neighborhood.
Go ahead and call your dads, tell them about your alternative lifestyle as a gay communist. And then, who knows, maybe eat a lollipop. I don't know what flamers do with their time, but I'd imagine it's something along those lines.
Yeah, it's you're never going to win with those folks again. No matter how much you try to spell out to them, look, we can pay less taxes. We'll have no GST. Your cost of living will go down. Your job your earnings go up instantly overnight. Like, we'll have resources for our hospitals, our teachers, our school system will be better funded and more aligned with making our kids intelligent. We'll be able to get our products to market. This will be the next Dubai. Like, our lives will be very easy and well off. And it doesn't matter how much you lay it out to them. They want the whips and chains, and they just say, govern me harder, daddy. Give it to me. They don't care. They bend over with their elbows down and their asses up. Carol and I are going to Queensland tomorrow. Happy to hear it, Gerald. Do not sign a second time anywhere else, please.
No.
Please, don't let your vote go to waste. We talked about that earlier. If you sign a second time, for anybody who came in late, by saying, oh, it just means more votes, Elections Alberta will see your name on there twice through their database. They will nullify your vote for a referendum. Do not do that.
They won't count one. You'll be a 0.
Carnage Carney, $2 super chat. Any updates on the recalls? The only one I have is Demetria Nicolaides. Shy 10,000 signatures, and it's looming near the end of its petition. This is nothing than data mining. I don't see any of those petitions going through. If any of them go through, it'll be 1 or 2, and it'll be by very razor-thin margins. Demetria Nicolaides' petition is failing in good fashion. It's exactly what we said it was going to be. This is why I've said that the UCP shouldn't panic. They shouldn't be calling elections in the spring. Just wait it through.
Yep.
Just wait it through. These guys are going to chew on their own vomit. Michael, the $5 super chat. U.S. statehood is at least 20 years down the road. Besides, imagine how Democrats would scream bloody murder if Alberta beats Puerto Rico to statehood. Yeah, absolutely. Very good point.
Yep.
Very good point. Will they be going door to door? I would imagine once more people get approved to collect signatures, yes.
Yeah.
It's my understanding that they will be. Let's get to Q&A.
Yeah.
I'm dragging this on for so long. Let's get to Q&A, folks. Before my children murder each other. Let's.
They were really loud. Now they're really quiet.
Yeah, Matt has a good point. If they had anything close to the numbers they needed, you wouldn't have to ask for an update because the commies would be screaming it from the rooftops. Yeah, they're getting heated online. It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
No questions.
No questions? Really? Nobody's got. I'm going to get off easy tonight. Nobody yelling at me tonight. Nobody
cares.
Nobody screaming about anything. Is that a 5 o'clock shadow I see? Yeah. I was filming content. I get a little sidetracked. You know, the problem is I'm very obsessive about things. Once I start getting on a roll with things, it's like
you just can't quit.
Oh, I meant to go shave earlier. No, I'll do it later.
Today it was good lazy day.
I'll get on to something else, and then I start doing other things, and it's like, oh crap, I forgot to go and do. Yes. No, I'm not growing a beard though. I'm not doing it.
No?
I saw I put it out on social media.
You did.
I asked Grok to give me a beard, and I did not like how it looked. Mrs. Fringe has always told me that if I grow a beard, she's not having it.
I don't know.
But then she looked at this and said, I don't know. I mean,
beards are kind of...
I don't think it's me. Really don't. You know what the problem is with beards? And no offense to anybody who has one. I just feel like beards are like the barbed wire tattoo in the 90s. Like, everybody has them now, right? Like, everybody does.
You have beards and tattoos?
Yeah, I get... what's your best guess on the number of signatures there will be? I'm hoping for somewhere between 800,000 to 1 million. That's my hope.
I think they're going to be high.
We'll see. Time will tell. Watch tomorrow's video. You'll hear what I have to say more in detail about that one. Can my dog vote? No. It doesn't matter.
No.
It doesn't matter if you have an awesome dog. They cannot vote. Yeah, no. I'm not going to grow a beard. I see how it looks on you, Matt, and it just makes me want to throw up. So I don't...
That was horrible.
He took a stab at me first. He took the stab first. So I'm going to...
Boys, children.
When is your next meet and greet? I don't know, Megan. Look, anytime, Megan, you want to come out and know you, Megan, you're welcome to come out and meet and greet. Set the date. Let us know. After, psychos show up at my house and things like that, I can't be doing meet and greets all the time. There's
but
crazy
Megan, you're always welcome.
Are you two canvassing for signatures? No, I wanted to, but I just don't have time in the schedule. However, Jason Levine is in my area, my neck of the woods. He'll be canvassing with a few others. I will be on site for some of those canvassing days, joining in. If we do like a signature drive somewhere around Spruce Grove, I'll happily show up, meet viewers, and promote the collection of signatures. Yeah. But in terms of going door to door, I just won't have the time. Doesn't mean independence isn't useful to me, but I spoke with people at APP and we all agreed my efforts are best utilized here, getting the information out to you guys. Might be involved with the 26th in some capacity. I don't know. Maybe you'll have to be there to see for yourselves. But my talents are best used elsewhere. Carnage Cardi $5 super chat. Can you make Megan RP a mod? Have we not already? I'll make her a mod after the show. I'll make her one after the show. Actually, oh wait, Hate Machine can't do that. I thought he could. I will make Megan a mod as soon as I can. Thank you for asking. I meant to. Lady Deathraiser, $10 super chat. I'm not singing as anything. Carney's a dude. I can't even say that word. I can't. I'll get. Look, I like reading super chats, but I'll get thrown in the doghouse by YouTube.
That would not be good.
Carney's a feminine tool. He's the biggest one in the whole wide world. There, that's as best as I can do. Anybody who knows. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Is your new book going to have descriptive pictures so the liberals can understand it?
Yes.
Oh, we might include a pack of crayons just to make sure.
Maybe some coloring pages.
Coloring pages. I can't even read that one, Michael. See, everybody puts it into the super chats. Look, I know this came after I said that, but there it is. Just everybody can have a good look at it.
Thank you.
And then I'll remove it off the screen. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate the super chat. Sometimes just a turd sandwich. There you go. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Sorry, I would have skipped over some questions getting caught up. People keep putting your questions in the chat. I'll try and get to them. You look like JD Vance with a beard. I don't see. That's the thing. I don't want to look like fat JD Vance. I just don't. It would make some funny lulls, but other than that, no. Nope, not gonna do it. Where are we? Steve, the people that are not liking this video are on the left of government. Says so. You have about 150 of them.
Oh. 150 people don't like your video?
Don't like the video? I'm not sure what okay. Hit the likes, I guess, unless you're a liberal. When we go independence, you have to grow the beard. We'll see. We'll talk about it. Redact your book just like the liberals.
We did have a redacted book.
We had one. We brought out as a thank you to everybody for how the Prime Minister stole freedom. We actually brought out the Government Transparency Edition, which was a limited run. It was very limited time. All black and white, all redacted, aside from some keywords, but
it was fun.
People enjoyed that one. I don't think we'll do that. Do. And there we go. Thank you, Paniner. Can I give you beard advice, Derek? No, because you don't take my streaming advice. So you can't.
Stop digging.
You can't. Oh, I'm digging.
Children.
I'm getting out the shovels. I'm digging.
Children.
I'm digging. Steve with a $5 super chat. You would think all NDP would want independence. They'd have so much more money to waste. Well, they would, but the NDP wouldn't exist.
No.
They wouldn't exist if we vote independence. All that stuff is gone. Isn't that the best reason to vote for independence? It all goes away.
Yay!
Poof. Like a bad dream. Michelle, $27.99 super chat. Thank you so much. Have you taken inspiration from Preston Manning and the Reform Party? He really was before his time.
He was,
but I think we got to do it our own way. I think that's. I think we got a solid plan the way it is right now, without Preston. We've had Preston Manning on the channel. He's a great guy. In fact, funny story for any of those who have missed it before. I thought I was getting sued after How the Prime Minister Stole Freedom came out. In fact, it was the day that the National Post published the article. I thought we might sell a couple of books, and then all of a sudden the National Post put it out. And I got an email saying, I represent a client that would like to talk to you about your book. They work in government. And I thought, oh, great, Trudeau or somebody in his office is suing me now. So I said, well, who's your client? And then they said Preston Manning. And I said, well, I'll talk to Preston
Yeah.
Manning. So ever since the beginning of this amazing ride that we've been on, I've been actually very close in contact with Preston Manning.
Yeah, quite a few times.
I quite enjoy listening to what he has to say. I think he did a great job back in the reform days. However, times have changed, and I think that what Stay Free Alberta has planned for the referendum, I think, is the way to go. I think with the least amount of people in government touching it or being involved from government, the better. Because the government's what got us into this mess in the first place. So I think it's best that we work on doing this without them for a change, right? We do it for ourselves. What would a good time to show up for the rally be on the 26th? I'd say around 6 to 6:15 if you want to get a good seat.
Starts at 7?
Maybe 5:45. I don't know. It starts at 7.
It
starts at 7. You know, Nenshit would just create a new party under the Independent Alberta. And he wouldn't. There would be no need for him to.
Out.
If we actually voted for independence, there would be no reason for him to create a party.
No.
He wouldn't get the votes. The writing would be on the wall. He wouldn't get the votes.
I mean, he couldn't even run a city, let alone a province.
Thank you. Look, Americans know it best. You do not need to grow a beard. It wouldn't be you if you grew one. I agree.
Yeah, I've known you for a very long time, and I've never seen you. I've only seen you with stubble, never a beard.
Peter says, kick him out, Mrs. Fringe? What? Kick who out? Me?
Nenshi.
Oh, Nenshi. I was like, well, why would she kick me out? I didn't do anything. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Give it some time. Give it some time. What kind of government do you think we'll have after independence? Republicans or Democrats? So I don't want to associate it with America too much because, like, what we want is just something new, something updated. When you look at the American Constitution, though, it is a glorious document. And I have to admit that when it comes to their constitutional rights, America nailed it. They were also written hundreds of years ago.
Yeah.
You need a new, refreshed document that represents everything we've had to deal with, everything that we could possibly deal with in the future to protect the citizens.
Yeah, it stops it from ever being corrupt again.
We need not necessarily parties, but representation that's here to represent, not people that are here with their sponsors on their shirt, ready to fill people's bank accounts. What we need to do is take a look at where have mistakes been made in the current rules and regulations that govern Canada, and why would an independent Alberta benefit from these other rules? Rules like your right to bear arms, your right to defend yourself, your right to speak freely, your right to, and again, a lot of those adopted from the American Constitution, but newer reformed legislation and laws, I guess, of constitutional rights that benefit people to ensure some form of control over whoever takes charge, to ensure that, hey, we already separated, you can't separate again. You know, we got to make sure we do this right. We got to make sure that whether you're left, you're right, you're up, you're down, you're good, you're bad, your rights are protected. You as a citizen is
everybody's
protected.
vote matters.
It doesn't matter if you disagree with me or you agree with me. Your rights should matter just as much as mine. What we're looking to do here is fix the corruption within government systems. It's not about
protect the people.
I want to call myself a cat and you have to recognize me as one or any of that. It should just be, no, we don't encourage insanity. We don't play to mental issue here.
Nope.
We don't endorse it. We'll get you help if you need it. You need to be able to function in a society. If you're going to live in Alberta, you need to be a human being. You need to have respect for one another. You can't just do whatever you like. Nobody cares if you're offended. You know what I mean? Like I know those are things you really can't constitutionalize.
No,
but it's time that if Alberta separates, we get
it back.
We get it back on track to, hey, if you love the Canada we used to have,
yeah, let's just go back there.
Let's just make that in Alberta, but with money.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's the way I see it. That's the way I think it should be. Let's just make that in Alberta, but with money.
Yeah.
Right? Close the doors to immigration. You're free to immigrate here or migrate here if you're willing to assimilate, if you're willing to get a job and contribute. There will be no welfare state. The programs that will be in place will be for legitimate people that have disabilities, that have actual problems. For people that need counseling or people that need hospitals or doctors,
And
we'll
actually
have
getting punished for doing the crime. You're going to poop on our beaches? You're going to
FAFO.
jail.
FAFO should be written into the new constitution. You go to jail, straight to jail. There's no, if you break the law, jail. You're not getting,
catch and release. Sorry.
No, none of that stuff. Jail, not bail.
Send you back to your old province.
You'll have to go through substantial evaluations to get benefits, I think, if we offer any kind of disability or any kind of welfare state. It'll be for those who need it. And the main reason, folks, is the same reason Ralph Klein got in shit when he was premier.
Yeah.
And he threw those beer cans at the homeless people and said, go get a job.
Oh, he was a wonderful man. Oh, I miss him so much.
In a prosperous Alberta, where you're allowed to work for a living, where oil isn't hindered, where people are always opening up businesses, where things are booming, there's no excuse for you not to have a job. If you just want to be lazy, Alberta doesn't want you. That's the way it is.
I'm not lazy.
And that's the way it's going to be. Well, you're not lazy. I'm not saying you're lazy.
Well, I don't have a job.
But you're not claiming welfare.
Oh, true.
Or disability. There's people, I know people who have gone through the system to claim things like AISH, and then they turn around and say, oh, I just wanted it because I didn't want to get a job.
Yeah.
I don't mind living in poverty. I don't mind going from place to place every 6
people who
months.
actually need those things.
There are people,
and they can't get it, or they have to jump through miles of hoops.
Yeah, no furries.
No.
Furries need not apply.
Oh, my daughter would totally approve that.
Furries need not apply.
She has rants just like Derek every time she sees one.
She's definitely her father's daughter.
Yes.
I can take that.
Yes, she is.
It's Mike, $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Clark, you serious, Clark? $28 super chat. Some countries have outlawed political parties. That's what we need. Everybody runs as an independent last chance for corruption. And when I said you're serious, Clark, that was a poke at National Lampoon, not the question. I agree. I agree. Outlaw political parties. Justin Lucas, $2 super chat. Air Canada Airlines, good or bad? I haven't flown them enough to know, really.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Air Canada. We usually don't fly because we can't afford it. It's
Big says no.
The Fringe That Forced Freedom, best book ever. I don't know about that. Mike, or Steve, I mean, sorry. How come no coming tonight? We did earlier, but hey.
Oh, I'm going to come.
Do not come.
Should I do it?
Do not come.
I'm going to do it.
Zoomy Cat, being on AISH isn't glorious. You can't accomplish much with your life. No, you can't.
No.
But I do know there are people out there that take advantage of those systems.
Yes.
There's migrants who come here and take advantage of those systems because Justin Trudeau has said things like depression are now a suitable disability for you to stay home. And the problem with that is there are people who are deathly depressed, people that really can't function because of their depression. They go through therapy, they go through all kinds of drug treatments, and they just aren't able to function. Those people, I agree, should have some form of relief if they're unable to function in society. However, people who come here and just go, oh, I couldn't buy a Starbucks last week, so I'm depressed. I'm sad. I need AISH. Those are the people that should be denied those services because there's others that legitimately need those services and they can't get them.
And there's
because of
they're being
freeloaders.
pushed aside because people who don't need them.
Ban certain countries like Trump. I don't know if we need to ban anybody. It's just we know we're right.
Yeah.
It's
oh my God.
That's what the sign should say
You
when
say
people
that
come in
all the
here.
time.
Welcome to Alberta. We're better than you. That's what it should say. Because we're better than you, damn it.
We're not. We're not.
JP Alberta with a $50 super chat. Thank you so much. Everybody's missing the point of the U.S. Constitution. People are flawed. It's meant to be exactly how it is. It should only cover our inalienable rights and clearly define what absolutely little power we allow the government to hold. I agree with that. Thank you for the super chat. Michael, $10 super chat. Playing devil's advocate here. When Alberta becomes independent, is there a possibility Tommy the Commie, or Long-Faced Nenchi would start a Reunite Canada party? This battle will have hurdles after the vote. I don't think so. Because again, nobody after that fight for independence would put up with it.
Absolutely not. No.
It's
put them on a boat, ship them out.
Just get them out of here. Okay? What do we got here? Sue becoming a member for 8 months. Went to the canvasser training in Edmonton last night. Awesome energy in the room.
Oh,
I'm
love
so
that.
happy to hear
Thank
that.
you.
I'm so happy to hear that. I joke about the whole Alberta, we're better than you. I'll say it because I'm in
You're
Alberta.
absolutely not.
But it's just because I love Alberta, folks. I grew up in Winnipeg, and I thought Winnipeg was the bomb until I moved out here when I was in my teens and saw what Calgary
I
had
am
to
a
offer.
born and raised Albertan.
I'm a very proud Albertan. It's I'm somebody who came to this province from another province, saw what the world could offer, and was very appreciative of what it means to be Albertan. And since becoming an Albertan, I can tell you right now, I would never go back. And it's not because I hate Manitoba or I hate Winnipeg. I go back there as much as I can. I visit my family. I do a lot of things while I'm out there, hang out with friends, which I've still kept in my
amazing friends.
Still kept in my graces since our teen days. But the reason I would never go back, folks, is that being Albertan is more than just saying, "Hey, I live here." It's a way of life, and it's
there's a mentality.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. When I was on the legislator steps, that when my father and I were sitting in the moving van when we were driving up to Calgary
It's like
from
being
Winnipeg,
a Texan, you're just proud.
There's a sense of pride, but at that time, this was the mid-90s, and Calgary was booming. And my father, I said to him, I'm really mad. And he says, you barely said anything the whole way out. We were around like Swift Current, so about the halfway mark to Calgary. And I said, I'm really mad that you've moved us out to Calgary because I'd been in Winnipeg since I was 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up with the same friends from kindergarten all the way to the 10th grade. And I said, I didn't want to leave. And he said, well, you were miserable there. And I said, well, I might have been miserable, but I still had my friends. I still had everything I've ever known there. And my father told me that Alberta, though, the reason we're moving to Alberta, he had formed his own corporation after being laid off as a partner from a mass refrigeration manufacturer. And he'd become successful in his business. And he says, I'm going to Alberta a lot to travel because things are booming there. It's a province full of opportunity. Calgary was the kind of city that if you need a job and you're willing to work and get your hands dirty, you can find a job within 24 hours if you're willing to take what you can get. There's no reason for anybody to go without in a place like Calgary. Opportunity is boundless and limitless in that city. And I didn't really know what he was talking about at that time until I got older. And yes, Calgary at the time, late 90s, was still booming.
Beautiful city. Oh, the people were so amazing.
People were friendly. The jobs you could get there were the kind of jobs where if you worked at the bottom level and worked your way up, they'd pay for your education. They'd promote from within. Opportunity was boundless and limitless.
You could sit on the train and just have conversations with people. I loved it.
It was a gorgeous and amazing city. However, that all changed as we went into the 2000s, especially when we came into the Trudeau days. And I remember saying to you, because Justin Trudeau got into office right after we bought our first home, and I said, oil's going to go down the toilet. Everything's going to get cut off. And I guarantee you...
Oil always had a dip.
Every
5 to 7 years, it always had a dip.
I said, Albertans are going to be mad within a couple of months, and everything's going to go down the shitter. Because I've heard stories from my father about Pierre Trudeau Sr. This ain't going to be a good time.
No.
Everything changed in Calgary. The jobs went out the window.
Mentality of people.
The immigrants flooded in. It went from diverse city to India in like a month. Everywhere you went, people were talking a different language, crapping in the streets, throwing their garbage everywhere. Crime went up. You'd walk past the train station. There's no longer people standing outside at night, not worried about their safety. The shelters are full of people shooting up, lighting fires, urinating everywhere. You hear stories about people getting assaulted, unalived, going to the hospitals, robbed. You go downtown. I mean, you used to tell me you had to step over blood in the morning, and you didn't know if it was fresh or if it had been there for a bit.
Yep.
On your way to work. Like, it just went down the tube so fast because...
Well, I mean, before it was, 7 o'clock hits, you don't want to be downtown. Normal, right? But downtown became, you just didn't want to be down there at all. Like, I would never leave my office because I didn't want to go anywhere.
Calgary went from a beautiful, vibrant Western city filled with opportunity to a communist utopia.
Yeah.
In a matter of years. Nenshit drove that city into the ground. You look at everything he's dealing with right now with the accusations of the indictment from the water main breaks that have happened there, from him ignoring inspections, as well as woke Mayor Jody Gondek not doing anything about it. And now you've got Farkas in there. And while Farkas isn't to blame for the water mains, he still flew the Palestinian flag 2 weeks into his tenure. And while people say, hey, Farkas is still going to be better than Gondek or Nenshi, I don't really care. I wouldn't have voted for Farkas.
No.
That dude, flying the Palestinian flag in Calgary, what is wrong with you, dude? Why would you do that? They're showing very quickly that Calgary is losing its values. It's part of the reason I would like to see independence. I want Calgary to go back to what it used to be. And you know that if we vote for our independence, there's all these people that are going to be going, wee, and packing their bags and running out of Alberta as soon as it separates.
And it's fine.
All the migrants that are here to filch off of welfare states, free money, free programs, when all that ends, they'll pack and leave too. The real people of Alberta will be left behind. And I'm not saying, oh, it's all white people. I really hate when that gets brought into it. It has nothing to do with race.
No.
But those who are interested in assimilating, being a part of a movement, being part of success, getting their hands dirty, working for a living, those will be what remains in Alberta. We'll pick up the pieces, we'll rebuild, and we'll make Alberta great again. I think that's where we're headed, folks. One way or another.
I love it.
One way or another. I missed... I think I missed somebody's... Justin says United Airlines Starlink satellite Wi-Fi is faster.
Oh.
I mean, that's good, I guess. I don't fly any of those. I love Alberta. It's a great place. I agree. Thank you for the super chat. Alf Heaton, $2 super chat. Northeast Calgary sucks. It's a toilet. It is.
It's always kind of been like that, though.
I've said it before in the stream that when I lived in Calgary, everybody called the Northeast Browntown. And it's true. Like, it's not racist. It's true.
And I mean, there were realtors and stuff that wouldn't sell you a house unless you were. So it's not like it was purposely like that way. That's just where they wanted to be.
There is a neighborhood in Northeast Calgary called Taradale, where everybody's walking around wearing their sheets, their bed sheets, and all the realty signs, I believe, are in Arabic. Like it's all Middle Eastern. It's all Indian. There's no white people living in the area at all. It's been overrun, and the crime is out of control in that section of town, and it's been that way for the better part of 2 decades.
Yeah,
at least for almost as long as I lived in Calgary. The Northeast was always, you don't go up there unless you have to. That's terrible reputation for the town.
Yeah,
terrible.
It's always been that way.
Carol becoming a member for 15 months. I heard there's a group of Canada First people that's talking about signing up as canvassers, but then not collecting signatures.
I heard that too, but they can't do that.
We've heard it too, but they can't do it. And
they
APP
will be putting a stop to it.
Yeah, APP/Free Alberta.
They're separate.
Okay, Stay Free Alberta is going to make sure that everything's legitimate and on the up and up. They're going to make sure everything is accountable. Not to mention, election interference is a crime. It is actually illegal. So if they're caught, is this somebody joking? Like, are you being sarcastic, or is this true? Is this for real?
It's a joke.
That's got to be a joke, right? That's got to be a joke. I'm hoping so. They should vet all applicants. Oh, they are. I guarantee you they are.
100% they are. They will not allow that.
I disagree. Chinook's the worst. I've been in Northeast Calgary for 30 years. Well, I wouldn't know about Chinook too much. Like, we weren't really in that area of town that often. But anytime I'd hear about gang issues and things,
I used to know a lot of people who lived in the area, and it wasn't horrible.
Anytime I heard about any gang issues or things in Calgary, it was always Northeast. Always. Always. Michelle saying I refuse to clean homes in Northeast Calgary.
Agreed.
I grew up in Calgary and was around when the C train came in. I was a kid. Take it downtown, never an issue. Now as an adult, you couldn't pay me. I was the same. When I first moved to Calgary in '95, my parents got me tickets to a concert. It was one of the first concerts I ever went to, and They bought 2 tickets, and I was too, we'll say, shy, I guess. I'm a little bit of an introvert when it comes to things, so I didn't really invite anybody from my new school to go with me to this concert. So I went by myself, and my folks told me, here's the train you get on. This is the station you get out at, and on your way back or whatever. Never been on the train in my life. In 1995, got on to go to a rock concert, left,
great.
Came back, no issues. No problems.
I used to take it for 20 years. I took it while I was working.
Felt safe as could be.
And the last 5 years have felt very, very.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it tomorrow. If I was in Calgary, I wouldn't do it tomorrow. It's
always alert. It was very scary, and some days I would just get off and wait for another train because it was very scary.
Well, and a lot of people have asked me, like, since we moved, and they always take it as a knock, like, would you ever come back to Calgary? I said, not for $1 million. But it's not because
not the way it is now.
But it's not because I don't like Calgary.
No,
I love Calgary.
it is a beautiful city.
The problem is I have 3 young kids, and
I don't want that.
I don't want them growing up in that. I just can't. It's not to
I know
say
I can handle it. I don't want that for that.
if it was just myself and Mrs. Fringe, I might move back to Calgary. I might consider it, but with my children, never. No. I just couldn't put my kids through that. It's no. Michael gifting 5 unacceptable Fringe memberships to Patriots Club. Thank you so much, man. You guys have been so generous tonight. For 750 likes. Oh, good. We hit 750 likes.
Thank you. That's awesome.
That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you, everybody who liked the stream. We're way in overtime. We've gone half an hour over what we usually do. What do we see here? There's been a lot of changes and increased enforcement, etc., in the last year, especially since new council was elected. Farkas is actually impressing and much better than expected so far. I'm glad to hear that.
Good.
I hope things change for Calgary.
I mean, nothing worried me more than walking around downtown during the day. Very scary.
We moved to a smaller city called Spruce Grove, and it was honestly the sense of community here. My kids, their schools, they love everything about it. I'll tell you what. You know what left as soon as we moved? Stress.
Yes.
Stress. I don't want to sound like all mushy, but I'm actually happy out here. Like Calgary.
Yeah, your rounds have come down.
There was nothing to do in Calgary.
No,
there was nothing to do.
There was $1 million.
That was the problem with my kids. Anytime they want to do something, it's like, oh, it's $300 to go out and.
I mean, we couldn't even get them into swimming lessons or sports.
We couldn't get
the cost of everything was just astronomical. It was.
We couldn't get our kids into swimming lessons for the longest time in Calgary. There was always a waiting list because of the pandemic. You couldn't get it here. No problem. In you come. Off they go, and they're happy. We can get them into programs, and we can afford those programs.
Yeah.
Calgary, good luck.
Oh, no.
Right? It was just, unless you want to donate a kidney, very unaffordable to get your kids into any kind of extracurricular
activities. And there's a lot
activities.
of small towns around Calgary that are beautiful, but we couldn't afford to move there either.
Well, part of it was if we're going to pick up and move, if we're going to get, out of Calgary, we looked at Okotoks, we looked at, which is just outside of Calgary, south
Airdrie.
of it. We looked at Airdrie. We looked at other places, but we said, oh, we're paying the same amount as Calgary. Like, we'll be paying for our house until we're long and gone. Yeah. Whereas Spruce Grove, we got a house almost double the size of the one we had in Calgary. Our kids have space. They're in a smaller place. They can go outside and play, and I'm not worried about their safety.
For less than the guy who bought our house.
Yeah, we got our new house for less than the house we sold in Calgary. Like, we just said it just makes sense. Yeah. And I've asked my kids multiple times, are you still happy we moved? Every time.
And they are.
Absolutely. Absolutely
They've
love
met some amazing people here.
That being said, yeah. I still love Calgary, and I still love the people there. I can
live there.
After experiencing a smaller setting, I don't think I could go back. Mike gifting 5 unacceptable Fringe memberships. Thank you so much. Very nice. Get a turban and get on board. You will never see me wrap a towel around my head.
Although we did see somebody at the Costco yesterday who was carrying boxes on his. My kids were quite shocked about that.
Carnage Carney, don't remember NSYNC playing in Calgary in 95. It wasn't NSYNC. I went to see Metallica.
Yeah, it was a good band.
Give me a break. No, I'm not getting a turban. I'm not jumping on board. I literally, this would be my streams moving forward.
Do not redeem it! Do not redeem it! Do not redeem it! Why you redeem it?
Where is it? You moved to Edmonton area to be closer to Nenshi, admitted. I just
We moved
couldn't.
out of Calgary to get away from him.
I just couldn't help myself.
I
I
know.
just love the smell of shit everywhere I go. No, actually, I wanted to hang out with the premier.
I like small
Which
town life.
we get to do. So yeah, I'm happy to be here.
And we don't know anybody here. We have no friends.
We have a few friends, but they're very spread out. So I'm very happy with that. We don't people very much. And again, it's my anxiety, and I'm a bit of an introvert. I have a social anxiety complex. You'd never know it if you met me at a public event.
He fakes it very well.
I'm able to suppress it for a few hours. But there's a lot of people that are like, "Can we hug you?" And it's like, no, no. Unless you want a broken arm,
don't
no.
touch me there.
No,
That
no.
is my no square.
Panini, $5 gifting 5 memberships to the Patriots Club. Thank you very much, guys. I got to wrap up. I got to wrap up the stream. You guys have been fabulous. I want to thank everybody who came in the chat tonight. Everybody super chatting, memberships, who was just watching the stream. Everybody who's been here tonight. Thank you so much. You make our Friday nights so amazing, and we're always happy to be here. Watch Mike on Monday, please. He's doing a good job.
He's doing a great job.
Believe it or not, he's got a good show. I think he's doing fantastic. And it's good for the channel. You know, you get somebody else to listen to other than my flapping mouth all the time. Matt and I will be here on Wednesday. I'll have videos all weekend long. Again, catch your eyes on the video about Alberta tomorrow. It's going to be a banger. You don't want to miss it, folks. From myself, from Mrs. Fringe, everybody here at the Fringe, have yourselves a wonderful night. Keep your stick on the ice. We'll catch you on the next one, folks. Take care.